Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Alright, I am going to thin back these two little vines we have here, and I'm going to create some macrame hanging plants for our front porch. Alright, this should be fun. So that's what we just trimmed back from our bushes back there, our little pots. We're going to put them in these. Of course, my little sardine thing I'm going to do. But then we will turn these, well, of course, clean the outsides once I get all the dirt done. And then I'll turn these into macrame hangers for the porch. Alright, step one. Alright, I want to start working on the hangers. And I have this macrame yarn. They're 75 foot each, and the big ones, and then 100 foot of the smaller diameter. It was very hard to find this. I'm not sure why, but it is. So I'm going to work with what I've got. So I did some calculations, and I'm going to basically make them 28 inches. When I cut my lengths, I'm going to cut them 28 inches long. Fold it over, it'll be 14. Then with the 2-inch rings, it'll be 16 inches long. And in the area that I'm going, I may add a little bit of a tail with this. I'm not sure. I have to see how that'll look. But 16 will be just about right because it's going to go overhead and it's over a bench in one of our covered porches. But what I'm trying to do is to create hangers for these plants that we have propagated. So we've got 4 of these that we'll be putting out there. So the first thing I want to do is get everything cut. We're going to make very simple ones. We may get more elaborate, but it's been years since I've tried to do this, and so I want to just sort of warm back up my macrame skills here. My husband and I picked this color. We like this color, this natural color. It'll go well, even if it changes colors a little bit with humidity and what have you. So they have tape on the end of theirs. I think that's probably a good idea. I think we'll tape it. I've watched multiple videos, and what they did is they just put it on heat and to keep it from fraying. So we want to go 28 inches each length. So what I'll do is I'll get my length, I'll put a piece of tape there, and then I'll cut it. Alright, so this is the pattern that I came up with. Just real simple knots, and then a space, another set of knots, a bigger space, knot, small space, knot, and then I came up with a unique way to finish it off at the bottom. This is, I'm just got a simple little square knot holding a loop. They hang really nice. I did a test on one before I'm going to make the other ones, but I wanted to show you how I did that. So I have 5 pieces, and they are 24, 48, 48, 58, 59, 60, 66 inches long, which makes them 33 and a half. So then what I do is I take it, get the ends to meet, slip it through the ring, pull it through, and I've made sure that I've made this the same on each cord. Pull it kind of tight, and just do that 5 times. I wanted to try to do 6, but I didn't quite have enough. Typically they start at 4, you know, minimum is like 4 with the videos that I watched. So I decided to go with 5 just to give it a little bit extra little support around what's holding my plants. So there are our 5 cords. And then we'll put that first knot, and it's at about 1 inch. But literally what I've been doing is just giving it a good, just measuring it from, you know, one side to the other. So once I get one in, I'll make them all match. And it's just a simple knot. So that's the same. So now I'm going to get it tight. That helps tighten this up as well. So then we've just created that first little knot. So then I'll go all the way around. And what you do is you're picking one from each cord, one from each set. All right, there's our first 2 rows. Then we're going to come down to here. So we're going to, so we won't pick those 2 to make a knot, but what we'll do is we'll pick these 2 to make a knot. So we're picking the 2 cords that are closest to each other, and that's what helps create that little web, that little area for the planter to sit in. Our case is just a plastic pot, but let's see. That's pretty good. We'll tighten up the knot. There we go. We like that. All right, so let's move around. These 2 are correct, but knot's too high. So I'm trying to get them to match. So I like it right about there. And then just tighten the knot again, but not necessarily lose its spot. So now we have those, and then this one is real tight, like again, not even an inch apart. So then again, we're going to find those cords that are side by side, which will be these. Something like that. So there to there, that's just about right. To do. There we go. So we have that. So now to create this, got 2 last pieces. Got a short and a long. The short will make our loop up here. This one here what we want to do is I did a simple little wind around. So I wanted to have a tail, but I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to get it right about in the center of that knot. Go ahead and make it a square knot. And then, oops, make sure they're all straight. And then just give it a twist around. All right, and on this one, I'm going to make a slip knot right here. Cinch it pretty tight. And keep that twist on the back. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do it again on the other side of that knot. So I have 4 nice clean ones there in the front. I need them to be tighter. So let me go ahead and make this tighter before we go forward. So there's okay. And then we'll go below. And then we have this. And there we go. We have this little cording. Pull this more to the back. And there it is. And then to do a hanger, so since we have 5, we're going to go we'll split one here. So all we're going to do is go through the ring, through here. It's a little tight, so get my tool to help me. This is just a regular old square knot here, and then I will take a flame to it to sort of melt it together. Tie it pretty tight, as tight as I can get, but then I'll try to get it to melt together. And then we pull it through. And that little knot will hide in there because you'll be looking at it from the bottom. But there it is, just like that. All right, let me go get our flame set up, and we'll start, we'll finish these up, and then we get our ends taken care of. All right, so I went and got my candle. Oh, it's a lemon scented one. It smells delicious. Bad news is that this is pure cotton, which I should have thought of that. I saw the ones online, just melt the ends and then they stay together, but it's not going to work with cotton. So bad news is it didn't work. I had to think of something else. Good news is oh, I got a pretty lemon scent going. So my husband had got this for me, and I hadn't got to even open it yet. So here we go. This is the drill. This was a combo kit that we found. Ooh. Nice, pretty new drill. Oh, and the battery and the charger. And we'll read that, but not today. Well, there we got power. All right, we'll let this charge up, and then we'll be able to finish out our hangers. All right, we got our battery charged up. Let's get this trimmed. One thing I did change, my husband wanted this to be like a double knot, so that when it's hanging, we don't have to worry about it coming apart. So essentially it means to do this, wind that twice, and then give it the knot there. And then just cinch it tight. We'll put glue on it. I want to get these. So what I've been doing is putting the knot at 10 and then cutting off at 5. And if you don't flump them around too much, they stay nice and ready. So it says, oh, it's green. Let's see what it's going to do. Get this first stick going up in there. There it is, our first dollop of glue. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to do the little ends and keep them from fraying on the loose. Just a tiniest little bit. Secure my knot. I've got some glue back here on each side of these little twists. Just try to convince them to stay in place. And then we want to get our knot up here. So I'm going to go in here. This is all hidden. I don't have to be quite as careful. You won't see it. It's hidden inside that ring. Okay. Give it just a second to dry. And the other thing that I wanted to do pull it where it sits in that space real tight. And then it's going to set on a metal cup hook. So like right here, I'll put just a dab of glue all the way around it. My husband was worried with this being cotton that the metal might help it to wear out faster. It's on a porch, so it could get a little breeze. So we'll just do that. That sort of just gives it a little protective coating right there, and it's clear. And it'll literally be up at the hook. So there we go. Well, we'll let this all dry. Get rid of all this little webbing down here. Get these finished up, and we'll go outside. Do need to clean off my little flower pots here. Like I said, they've been sitting in other pots, so I'll get them wiped down real good, and then we'll go do a test fit and see how we like these little hangers we created. Well, there they are. They're hanging up. They look good. I can see that one there next to the end has a different kind of hook on it, so it makes it hang a little different, so we'll probably fix that. But there they are. That was a pretty good project. A little bit of a learning curve, but we got it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting!